Hey everyone, welcome to Galactic Light Center hosts 5D Journey. I am Archeia Rose from the Galactic Light Center, and this is Archeia Passion from 5D Journey. Thank you so much for joining us today. How are you feeling?
Good. Beautiful day outside. It's just, it's nice because I've had a real week of not being pushed to do anything from the angels, and then all of a sudden this morning it's like it's come forward. These massive projects have come forward now. Like I'm going to start my energy device. Going to start actually producing that now, and yeah, just the day started off very differently, which has been how I've wanted to start things for ages, but actually happened today. And but there's no pressure there. It's all just flow. So it's great. Yeah, feeling good.
Awesome. So today, Archeia Passion is going to share a tool which is connecting the unwanted parts of yourself with the super you part of yourself. And this is, in terms of healing, this is a quantum leap. I'm not gonna just say these big bold things, but the energy that you can tap in, that you can feel from this shift is amazing. So do you want to talk us through it, Archeia Passion?
Yes. And I'll use the example that has happened to me so people can gauge actually how profound and deep this transformation is. So first of all, it's a transformation at the unconscious level, which is the one that happens to you without thinking about it. So just as a little recap, your unconscious mind is the part that makes your heart beat, your cells grow, your food digest without you having to think about it. You don't have to sit there and go, food, digest, and
Legs work.
lungs, breathe, and heart pump. Thank God you wouldn't be able to function any other way. Like, so there's a whole department called your subconscious mind that deals with stuff like that. And in the behavioral,
just thanking that department. It sounds great.
yeah, so that's the thing.
They know what they're doing, don't they? They're quite professional.
Oh, the physical vessel is an outstanding machine that we might be able to like recreate these things in a lab, but starting it from scratch, I don't. But anyway, so it's incredible.
No, like how does your skin know how to stay together? That's what I always used to try and get. Like I always used to be like, my body's so crap, and then I realized my body is an absolute like cosmos. Like, how is it knowing what to do right now? Like it's staying together.
Exactly. So there's a whole, and this is really, and now my personal belief is that you have these subconscious behaviors to help you kind of see where you need to grow more and heal and develop more. It's almost like, let's say you had bad handwriting and you saw it and you're like, oh God, that's a mess. Okay, let me see if I can try and improve that, That's sort of a really bad example, but you kind of get the point, right? So what we have done recently is take something that's been around for some time in terms of parts conflicts in the NLP movement, which is neuro-linguistic programming, which is essentially is a manual for how your mind works. It's like mechanics for the mind, right? But it has a very wholesome background, a very spiritual background, but without using the spiritual terminology, okay? So you'll have consciousness connected, subconscious, that sort of language, but you won't really have any sort of like God related language in there. It's very much the human vessel, that sort of thing, the mechanical side of things. So basically, in my work, how the words and the language that I've developed is super you, which is taking the tool of super you, just being aware of this tool, which is imagining and visualizing rather the most incredible version of you possible. How does she stand? What's her air and energy about her? What are her values? What is her motto in life? All of these incredible things. And you can visualize this being, and they can actually give you real advice to help you unstick yourself. Kind of look at them and go, what would they do in this situation? And they will offer you this incredible wisdom. Now, when you're looking at trying to fix something that's gone wrong, let's say you have identified this dysfunctional behavior or thought pattern in yourself or belief, right, in yourself, and you want to fix it up. And you've tried the whole talking, you tried the whole listening to motivational speakers or reading books or things like that. You know an awful lot of information. And every little helps. Okay, it's a little bit like Tesco. Every little helps. But if
Don't even like Tesco.
I could bring Tesco and spirituality.
We're not endorsing Tesco, by the way. This isn't an advert for Tesco.
No, just that every little helps to lead you to an understanding. However, if you want to go through to the real powerful place, think of it like, amazingly, both of us have got triangles in our logos, right? Just think of that base, lower establishment. The stronger the base, the higher the peak, right? If you want to make that base as strong as possible, you connect it. This is poetry. You connect it to super you that's at the top, but you bring super you from the top down into the base by connecting what super you would do or does do in your mind's eye to the unwanted base dysfunctional parts that are playing out. So an example in how this worked for me is I was trying to be this incredible mum, to live up to this lifetime goal I had of being the best mum I could be. I'd already developed that journey, realizing that an amazing mum is not just an amazing mum to well-behaved, polite, listening children all the time, but the complete opposite, an amazing mum can perform and be amazing even when she's tired, stressed, concerned, whatever, there's no excuses, there's no buts, there's no ifs, there's just meeting the target every time. And I wasn't meeting my target every time, you could say. Far from it. And the real powerful transformation came when I, number one, realized that I took it so seriously because it mattered so much to me. That was massive, absolute fundamental shift. So I connected my truth, my values, which was, this is the most important job I'll ever have in my life, and with my awareness that the reason why my dysfunctional part was performing, was coming out and blocking everything else, was coming out onto center stage, was because it aligned with this core value, but maybe not in the most positive way, in the best way it could. So I had to almost give it the download. I almost had to say, this is a bit outdated, this approach, this understanding, it needs updating. Let's go with super you, because that is the highest peak, that's the biggest, best, brightest everything, and let's download one into the other. And I noticed that when I did that, everything changed again. It was part two. Number one was the realization of the goal, being the best mum, and part two was, what does that look like? So basically, in short terms, it was connecting super you as a mum, which is playful, taking the kids out and doing things, even if it's just going down the lane and picking up twigs and leaves in the rain and having a laugh, because, okay, there are at this particular time of our lives, the energy bills are going out of control, money and abundance is not the norm, let's say. But that should not be an excuse to do anything, actually, because if you really know your manifestation, if you know your things, you can manifest anything. So super me was this mum that was like, come on kids, wellies on, coats on, get your tissues, let's go out and have some fun, and I wasn't doing that. I wasn't. So as soon as I made the connection, and I've said it before, it was like connecting in, taking your avatar ponytail and connecting it into this dysfunctional behavior. That is when, and that was just the connecting, and yeah, that's what did it. That's what it is.
So I tried this out briefly this morning, and I didn't even need to go to any depths or kind of really do any. I didn't even have. I just went, unworthiness, super you, bam, thank you. That was all I did, Nick. I didn't do like why, if, what would even super. I was just like parts together. Thank you. There we go. Fusion, quantum leap. That's all you need. Quantum healing.
Tell me, how did it feel afterwards? Did you?
Oh, I felt amazing. Straight away, it was like release. It was freedom. It was like a lift. I was like, so anytime that feeling is going to come in, I don't even need to like be going down the rabbit hole. Why? What if? What is this? I'm just going to bring that super you through and be like, super you, get in there. You know, like that is how quick these tools are.
What you've done, you've aligned yourself. So let's say you've got your 3 parts, right? And they're slightly staggered. So sorry, I haven't got 3 hands, but you know what I mean? Let's say my head is 1 part, and then there you go. There's the 3 parts, right? And what you've done is you've got your higher self, your mind, which is your processing center and your choosing center. It's the bit that says, what do I want? Do I like that? No. Oh, I like that. I like that. You know, you need that part for manifestation. So you're bringing in your higher self.
I'm carry on talking. There's someone at my door.
Oh, okay.
Or do you want to pause?
No, I just look like I'm in some sort of Indian dancing chakra thing. Maybe I am. So basically, you're bringing in your higher self, your mind, your super conscious, your conscious, and your subconscious, and you're bringing them into alignment. Ooh, there you go. And when they align, they can flow. The energy can flow, and that is literally how this stuff works. You align your dysfunctional subconscious limited parts to your highest vision, your highest being, and boom, it's just like nuclear. It's just amazing.
Yeah, so simple. And I just think, you know, yeah, it's just a gift when these things are that instant, you know, for years of swimming around in this stuff, to have things that you can apply, and like it's definitely going to be added to the toolbox for me. Like a lot of things that I already do, I'm just gonna, I don't need to be going down the route of why, how, why is this coming up? It's just gonna be straight in. So thank you.
Oh, thank you for trying it. That's incredible.
Well, it was so easy, I couldn't not try it. But but I just say this is, I have to say, this is the divinity of you having had a slightly more difficult time with your children. You know, if this wasn't the way, you wouldn't be downloading these codes and finding these emotional, it's just, you know, it's the mission, it's the sole purpose, it's your unique gift to creation is to help them heal. And it's amazing. So thank you so much.
Amazing. I mean, the thing is, I knew for a long time that my children were being my angels by being there, you know, stubborn as it comes, willful. Oh God, you know, like gritting my teeth, like, oh, it's so difficult. I knew they were being my angels, but that's the thing. That wasn't enough to help me kind of go, oh, I need to be really grateful for this moment, because I was still, this ego would come out like a dragon and set fire to the room. And I'm like, this is not who I want to be. This is not in alignment with my goals. So yeah, just having that come through. I'll do a little meme on it and try and make it really like visually obvious. And on the groups. So.
I think it's really freeing. It's 13:13 on the clock, because moving forward, I don't want to be someone who lacks in confidence, lacks in self-esteem, especially with what I'm doing now. It doesn't fit with it. And you know, this is why this tool is perfect. This is the unwanted part, and the part that I want is the super me, is the me that doesn't have these things. So I can just hand those bits over, you know, and say that isn't part of who I am. I'm sorry.
I've just literally seen something that is like, you know how when 2 molecules or 2 environments come together on vibration. So if you've got any experience with any hands-on healing or electromagnetic energy, if you put your hands as a healthy, even with a good intention, you know, you might not be very healthy yourself, but if you have that positive intention, it's almost like you charge your atoms with this positive intention, and you put that on another vessel to heal that vessel. The higher electromagnetic energy will raise the lower magnetic energy. That's what happens
Cool.
when you're healing. So it's
Yeah.
like sort of thing, let's say you have a little egg cup full of cold water and you put a pipette of hot boiling water into that. The one energy of the heat will raise the cold energy of the cold water, right? So we know energy transfer. So that's what you're doing. You're taking a fifth dimensional energy, which is your higher self, and bringing it into the third dimensional density and raising it into this fourth dimension, which is where we're kind of at now. We're kind of we're bobbing along in fourth and poking through into sort of fifth and third, depending on when we're getting triggered or happy and getting the gift or whatever. So that is literally what it is. It's bringing 5D in. This is how we anchor it. Right, people, if you want to go, what does this anchoring in New Earth mean? This is what it means. You are anchoring in your higher selves to the density of your third dimensional lower self and raising
And what
it.
is the density, Nick? What do we mean by the density then?
Any dysfunctional behavior. So any behavior that is based in fear, lack, and scarcity, or anxiety, or poor me, or anything that does not feel like you bursting out and being the sunshine in the room. You know, anything less
Behavior
than
that is getting in the way of you being your absolute best. Any behavior that is like, you know, keeping you down, that you don't need. It's just an illusion.
any imbalance, absolutely. And it is just an illusion. That's why we can go at it in lightheartedness, because once we've found the tools now, right? We've got the goal to get back to love, to be love in everything, to see love wherever we're present, because we've pushed 3D out the way. We've taken off the 3D glasses that distort it. I mean, we've even got the cinematic environment to really understand this. I love metaphor. I love a metaphor. You know, you go into
Love the metaphor.
I know, you put on the 3D glasses, you know, and everything looks all a bit weird. And then you watch the film and, you know, you see this amazing multi-dimensional or dimensional image, right? But you've got to take off those 3D glasses to see the truth. We've had these 3D glasses like welded to our heads. We have to pull them away to see the love that is actually everywhere. So with everything and everyone,
everywhere present.
President's gift.
Make it into a song, like a rap or something.
I might be rapping. I hope no one wants to hear me rap.
You look like a rapper to me, Nick. I'm in a really silly mood. Right, should we wrap up? Oh, I just said rap again.
I can wrap up in that way.
Yeah, we love you. Please go and use this tool. It is the simplest thing. You don't even have to do anything. You just say super me, pardon me, wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Commit to it. Like for me, it was definitely the committing to, I'm going to step into those shoes of super me with this in this area, and that was it.
Maybe I could do that. I could take it a step further and be like, I've brought these parts together. Now I fuse them. Now I commit to, you know,
Walking
feeling.
That.
Yeah. The woman's an emotional healing genius. Gosh, it's an honor to have her here. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful.
Listening and for being open to this stuff. And oh, wow. Wow.
What an honor.
Wow. Have a great day, people. We love you. See you on the next
one. We're so grateful for you guys listening and showing up. You're amazing.
Try it, like it, share it, all the rest.
Try it like
Love you. Thank you. Bye.